In our last talks, we are studying about the 4 foundations of mindfulness as Buddha has given in Satipaṭṭhāna Sutta. And as you all are familiar, 4 foundations are Kāyanupassana Satipaṭṭhāna, contemplation on physical or material phenomena or bodily phenomena. Vedananupassana Satipaṭṭhāna, contemplation on feelings and sensations. Cittanupassana Satipaṭṭhāna, contemplation on mind and mental factors. And the 4th foundation is Dhammanupassana Satipaṭṭhāna, the contemplation on Dhammas. Dhammas is left untranslated because there is no exact English word regarding Dhamma. And this Dhammanupassana also Buddha subdivided into 5 divisions. And we have already finished the 4 up to 4 subdivisions. Subdivisions are 1, Nivarana Bhava, Nivarana chapter, Nivaranas are hindrances. Then 2 is Khandha Bhava, aggregates. Then Ayatana Bhava, sense spaces and objects. Then Bujjhanga Bhava, the 4th one is. Bujjhanga Bhava is enlightenment factors. And now we go to the last one, the last subdivision of Dhammanupassana is Satya Bhava, the 4 noble truths.
Satya Bhava.
Regarding the contemplation of the truths, or Satipaṭṭhāna, the exalted one has taught in this Satipaṭṭhāna Sutta, Idam Dukkhanti Yatha Bhutam Pajanati, Ayam Dukkha Samudayoti Yatha Bhutam Pajanati, Ayam Dukkha Nirodhoti Yatha Bhutam Pajanati, Ayam Dukkha Nirodha Gamini Patipadati Yatha Bhutam Pajanati. Meaning, a meditator comprehends as it really is. This is suffering. This is the cause of arising of suffering. This is the cessation of suffering. And this is the path leading to the cessation of suffering. The material and mental qualities taking place in one's body are in reality sufferings. Why? Because they are the seeds of suffering like physical pain, mental anguish, aging, sickness and death and so on. Because they are impermanent and death can come at any moment. Bodily sufferings like pain and aches come about because there is a physical body and a consciousness mind. Without the physical body, physical pain is quite impossible. On the other hand, though there is a physical body, if there is no consciousness of the mind, pain or suffering is also impossible. Why? If a log or a stone or a lump of clay is beaten with a stick, struck with a knife, and put fire to it, it will suffer no pain because it lacks consciousness. So physical body without consciousness is no cause for physical pain. But beings have got both material form and consciousness, mental phenomena. So all manners of physical sufferings arise in them, and all manners of mental sufferings arise in them. So these rupa and nama, matter and the mind, and beings are all sufferings. Besides, every time we are reborn, we undergo the suffering of old age, the suffering of sickness, afflictions, and death, and so on. Because we have got these rupa and namas, the material body and the mental energy, which are subject to decay and dissolution. So these rupas and namas are real sufferings, and they will not last a moment. No, not the 10th of a second or 100. They pass away very rapidly. If no new rupas and namas arise when the old ones pass away, there comes a moment to die. How frightening it is to have to depend on one's bodily support on these rupas and namas, which can bring death so suddenly. That is why they are sufferings. But those who are not meditators, and they cannot understand the arising and passing away of these rupas and namas, they do not understand how transient they are. So they are not aroused to emotional urgency. Even those who meditate, if they haven't yet realized the fleeting nature of things, will not be so aroused. Only the meditator who keeps on meditating incessantly and walking, standing and so on, the aching, paining, the thinking, imagining and so on, will have this samadhi strengthened, will realize the fleeting nature of things as one notes, will understand that death can come any moment. Only such meditators will be aroused to emotional urgency. What is the seed of the pain? Misery, aging, death is suffering ending. This one knows for oneself, and this kind of knowledge is what the Buddha meant when he said, Idam dokhanti yata bhutam pajanati, meaning one comprehends this is suffering as it really is. When one comprehends suffering as it really is, one's attachment to these material forms and mental qualities are gradually faded. This is comprehending by eliminating the craving, which is the true cause of suffering. Every time one eliminates the craving, one achieves momentary cessation of suffering. By developing insight path, one achieves knowledge of truth of the path. This is how one understands the Four Noble Truths every time one meditates on suffering. As one meditates and one's insight is perfected, then one realizes Nibbana. This is in knowing the truth of the cessation of suffering by the knowledge of the right path. By such knowledge, the realization of the truth of suffering is accomplished. The realization of the truth of the cause of suffering too is accomplished by elimination, and the development of the right path too is accomplished. When one realizes the Four Noble Truths by meditation, one becomes at least a Satipaṭṭhāna and are saved. One is saved from apaya states or lower ranks or woeful states forever. This is the contemplation of the truth and brief. At the conclusion of this Satipaṭṭhāna Sutta, the Blessed One has said, as regards the fruits one will get from development of this Satipaṭṭhāna, or four foundations of mindfulness. Buddha said, Yoiko ji bhikkhave ime cattaro Satipaṭṭhāne emam bhaveya satta vasani satta masani sattaha tassa dvenam phalanam anyataram phalam patikinkham dekkhewa dhamme anya satiwa upadisisi anagamita. Meaning, whosoever sons and daughters shall practice these four foundations of establishing mindfulness for 7 years, nay, even for 7 months, 7 days shall win one of two fruits. either in this very life, one shall win the highest knowledge, or if there be still some attachment remaining, one shall win the state of a non-return. Even if one cannot become a non-returner as stated above, one can certainly become a Sotapanna or stream winner. Many have now realized the path, fruition in Nibbana, after 1 or 2 months of meditating on bodily movements like the abdomen rising, falling, or mental states, feelings or sense organs like seeing, hearing, etc., as we have explained many times in detail. So by meditating in this Satipaṭṭhāna way of mindfulness meditation, to the best of one's ability, may you all be able to attain the path, fruition and realize Nibbana very soon.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.